Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. This is our East Long Meadow Public Library Board of Trustees meeting for June 17th, 2020. It is, let's see, 6:05 by my time. And we're going to start the meeting now. So let me see, we have an agenda here somewhere. I'll find it. Here it is, I think, yes. So I think the first thing we need to do is just let everyone know who's here. This is a meeting that's going to be, it's audio and videotaped via Zoom for future broadcast on LCAT, as well as provided live streaming to Facebook. So those are all the ways people can watch or listen to this. I'm Michael Gray. I'm the chairperson. If you can't see us and you're listening somehow, I'll just kind of call people's names and you can say present. Cindy McNaught.
Present.
Layla Johnston.
Present.
Melanie Mannheim.
Present.
Kendra Levesque.
Present.
And David Boucher.
Present.
Okay, so that's all of us today. Just a reminder to those who are watching, we're looking for another good new trustee to fill the spot of Diane Tiago, who is going to be missed because she was a wonderful chairperson. All right, the next thing on the list is public comment. Are there any public comments? How does that happen? If someone else is here, they can just chime in.
Don will see a notification that someone has tried to join by clicking on that link that we provide on the agenda. So as long as Don says there are no public comments, we should be okay to proceed.
Correct. There are no attendees for this meeting at present.
Okay, we usually pick some up as we go along. All right, so Kendra did a nice write-up of the minutes from our last meeting. Has everybody had a chance to read it? And did anybody have any issues with anything? Anyone?
Nope.
All right, then I'd like a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting of last week.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from last week.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it. Melanie.
Thank you. Thank you both. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now we have Layla and the director's report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have some good news for us to start off with under the town information section. The town of East Long Meadow fiscal 21 operating budget was approved by town council at their meeting on July 21st. The library's appropriation for fiscal 21 is $800,875, which meets our municipal appropriation requirement for certification for state aid to public libraries. Also under town information, the school committee voted to start the East Long Meadow Public Schools fully remote for the start of the academic year at their meeting on August 6th. The school committee will evaluate the coronavirus situation in December to determine next steps for area schools in January. Under trustee information, I want to extend a thank you to Diane Tiago for her years of service on the Board of Library Trustees. With Diane's term being up, we have one vacancy on the board. Interested parties may apply to serve on the Board of Library Trustees by filling out the application on the Town of East Long Meadow website. Under public services, interlibrary loan and delivery services resumed in late July. So if anybody had items that they were waiting for on hold from another library, we can start receiving and sending those again. Curbside pickup of both library materials and take-home craft activities for youth are going very well. Patrons are pleased with the services. Summer reading program, Imagine Your Story. Congratulations to all library staff for our first all virtual summer reading program. exceeding our participation expectations. Imagine Your Story had 795 registered participants, 639,779 minutes read, for a total of 10,664 hours read. Thank you to the Friends of the East Long Meadow Public Library for sponsoring the summer reading program. The Children's Department was invited to participate in a Cards for Veterans program with the East Long Meadow Recreation Department and Dragon Boat Veterans USA. Cards for veterans residing in the Holyoke Soldiers Home were picked up via curbside pickup appointments, decorated by summer reading program participants for our area veterans, and distributed by Dragon Boat Veterans USA. So thank you to Donna Prather in the Recreation Department for asking us to participate. And I just really want to highlight how hard my staff worked on the virtual summer reading program and how excited and gratified we are that so many people participated and that we had over 10,000 hours read.
Yes.
We had no idea what to expect with the popularity of our in-person summer program, having to switch to all virtual. I was going to be happy if 50 people participated, and we had almost 800. So the staff really, really poured their heart into it, and I think that the community really responded. And also just the creativity of everybody. You know, it's been challenging with having the building closed, but we're also figuring out how to still maintain some of those services through curbside pickup. And so again, with more, I guess, adjustments to online programs, we have a virtual program for adults coming up on Tuesday, September 8th at 6:30. And that is called Creating Peace and Sanity at Home with the Cone Marie Method. I figure everybody's spending a lot more time at home these days, and any peace we can find would be welcome. The description is provided by the presenter, and I'll read it to you now. As we spend more time at home than ever before, it is important that your home can be a sanctuary that provides you with peace and that energizes you to tackle life's biggest challenges. The Cone Marie Method can help you. The Cone Marie Method was created by Japanese organizing guru Marie Kondo. Millions of people have been drawn to this philosophy, not only due to its effectiveness, but also because it places great importance on being mindful, introspective, and forward-looking. In this 90-minute workshop, you will learn how to apply the Cone Marie Method in your home to get organized, not just for a day or a week, but for good. Meili Schul is a certified Cone Marie consultant and the owner of Cloud 11 Organizing. She has taught several families to transform their homes and their lives by keeping what serves them and letting go of all the rest. Come join this virtual, interactive, judgment-free workshop to learn how this method can change your life. Interested parties can register on the library website and will be sent a Zoom link to participate. And the last section of my report is just that the library's required statistical report for the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners has been completed, and the ARIS report is included in your packets. And that's my report.
Great.
Can I ask a question? Is there a limit on the registration for that organization program? No, okay.
All right. That was terrific. That sounds real interesting to me because I got lots of stuff at my house that needs organizing. So I think I'm going to attend that. That was good. Do I have a motion to accept the director's report for today?
I'll make a motion to accept the director's report.
Thank you, Cindy. Do I have a second?
I'll second that, David.
Thank you, David. Okay, cool. Now we're moving on to committee reports. We have, I guess David is working on it. I think Melanie a little bit's working on it. I'm working on it. We do have the pandemic policy, which is sort of old business, but David's kind of the head of a committee to work on it. So I don't know if that's coming up or not, but we'll just skip committee reports and go on to old business. And the first thing is the pandemic policy. So David, do you want to talk about where we're at on that?
Yeah, like I said, I did make a lot of the changes on it, but I'm still working on it. I guess if anybody can make any comments through it and send them to me, that would be great. One item that was on there that my kids brought up was item 3, what happens if the school moves remote or hybrid? That's one thing that we really didn't discuss or put in there, which I thought it was a good idea to have. Other than that, I mean, I made most of the changes, but I'd like to see what other people have as far as comments on it, if that's
Okay.
possible. Yeah, and we could go over it next month. I could put the additions in there.
Well, number 3, the, excuse me, it reads, if school is canceled due to the pandemic, the library will also be closed. It's the library building, but I don't think the library services would be closed. Is that correct, Layla?
It's a little bit more complicated, and I'm really glad that David added that to the discussion, since some of our services could be continued. For example, Overdrive. You know, our digital services can be available 24/7 through anybody's device or our website, etc. But for example, we were not able to enter the building at all for about 14 weeks. And so we wouldn't have been able to provide curbside pickup services or some of the other services that we're implementing at this time. So I think this is a really good point brought up by David and David's family, and would just like to hear, you know, maybe some discussion from all of you on what your thoughts are.
Okay. Well, I'd like to recommend that we all read the latest draft, and why don't we copy each other?
Okay.
Send everything to David, but we'll copy all 6 of us.
Okay.
And then, you know, if we get something wrong that Layla knows, she can let us know. You know,
Michael,
yes.
In the interest of meeting Open Meetings Act, we don't
Yes.
really want to host discussion via email. That doesn't meet the guide. You know, once we have a quorum and we're discussing things, if the whole board is participating, then we would trigger Open Meeting Act. If we have less than 3 people participating in the email discussions, that's fine. We just want to be careful with using email to discuss a policy that we're working on at this time with the full board, just so everybody can keep those requirements in mind.
So we have to keep it less than 3, so we can split into 2 groups of 3 and it all works.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But so, you know, maybe if you need, you know, you can always, like you said, keep the group smaller and limit it to a smaller committee. But, you know, as soon as we have a quorum, we would
Right.
trigger those requirements. So just so everybody has
Okay.
fresh on their mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we allowed to give our comments and just send them to everybody, but not have a group discussion about all of them?
I honestly don't know. And that's why email is not recommended for a discussion of policy like this, just because with the quorum and, you know, then we're getting into gray area, like what's a comment, what's a discussion. I truly don't know.
Right. I don't think anybody's gonna
No,
object.
I mean, we always do this, don't we? I mean, I thought we
Yeah.
always did this.
So
I don't know.
you know, let's take that into consideration, but
Yeah.
I'd like to, you know, have this wrapped up in a month or 2.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, you know, the whole thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we'd loved it to be perfect, but what's going to happen is we're going to have another event sometime, and they're going to look at this,
Right.
and some of it's going to work, and some of it's not, and the board
Right.
then to fix it,
Yeah.
or the word "fix" maybe improve it. Okay.
Improve it. Yeah. That's it.
So
Okay.
let's do the best we can on it, and that's good. So
That sounds good.
I'll thank you all in advance. Please, everybody, like, read over it and just try to put your thinking cap on as to what might happen, okay? All right.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a quick question. This is actually for Layla. Have you received any suggestions or comments from anyone on your staff on things that they have any concern over in their viewpoint? Something that you would want to maybe add to this policy that you would think that it might be necessary to include in this document? Have you heard anything from staff or anything that you feel that we should add in that hasn't been either read or viewed from another library or from a different point of view?
No, we kind of covered that last month with the vacation and pay time off, following the town of East Long Meadow staffing procedure, and also including, for example, what type of supplies the staff would be given and so forth. So I think we covered that pretty thoughtfully at the previous meeting.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you. Now we move on to new business, and on the agenda is the new ARIS report. Do we want to talk about that?
Okay, so Michael, I have a question for you. After we're just going to briefly go over some of the statistics.
Okay.
But once we review it, I will sign the signature sheet, and then Michael, I just need to know how you would like to, should I send the signature sheet to you with a self-addressed stamped envelope so you can sign it and just mail it back to me? Should I scan it and email it to you? I'm not sure what type of technology capacity you have at your home.
Yeah, I'm going to make this technology suggestion. I'll drive my car to the parking lot outside the library. Somebody can just, I don't know, if we can't get near each other, I'll leave it on that sidewalk. I'll pick it up, sign it, put it back down, and you can pick it up and carry it back into the library, and it'll be done.
Okay. So you and I will set an appointment then so that we can do that. And then I can scan the signature page and submit it to the Board of Library Commissioners.
Right.
So
I'm happy to live 5 minutes away. I'll just pop over and sign it, and it'll be done in a sec. So that's the best way. Okay? Great.
So this is our report, big and bland, right? Not very exciting statistics, but we need them to show what we're doing and what we've been working on. And the first portion, you'll just remember from last year and previous years, we go through and report what types of positions we have, how many staff persons in each position, and so forth. And then these questions are all compiled and then sent in to answer questions at the federal level for the Institute of Museum and Library Services. So the first section here, again, are just the staff questions. The next section are our holdings, which are how many physical items we have, how many electronic databases we have, what type of do we offer DVDs and so forth. And so that's all been filled out for you as well. And I'm happy to answer any questions. The statistics are not as, I was concerned with the building being closed for so long that we would see a very significant drop in our circulation statistics. And we only went down about 30,000 from last year, which is, I was pretty pleased because we didn't have that big of a drop.
30,000 out of how many?
So generally last year we had almost 200,000. Our circulation was 194,000 something. And this year, here's the totals, we're around
151.
75,692. So we're in pretty good standing with the building being closed. After all, it could have been much lower.
We must have been up then before the building closed and had a surplus. So, a lot of people were using the library beforehand.
Auto renewal went into effect on July 1st of last year. So that helped us too.
All right.
Something to note also, even though physical circulation was down, our overdrive statistics, those are our digital books and digital audio books, was up over 2,000. So last year we had a circulation of overdrive around 12,000 digital access. This year, 14,074. So showing that people transitioned over to those digital services when the building was closed. Next section, we have our children's, same kind of data and information. Yeah, so did anybody have any questions about the ARIS report?
I had a question regarding, you said that last year we had 194,000 approximately, and this year was how much?
So if you look at
Circulation.
this year, the total, it's under C totals C38, and then you keep going down to the next page. Over here under interlibrary loans provided, that's the last section. And you'll see our total is down here at the bottom. Excuse me, I misspoke. It wasn't 175, it was 178,670.
Layla, did on the virtual summer reading program,
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of libraries do a virtual summer reading program?
Yes. Quite a few transitioned to a virtual summer reading program. Some of them, most of their staff were furloughed. And so
Yeah.
instead of doing a full program like we did with Beanstack, they
Yeah.
offered a smaller version of that that was a Bruins challenge.
Okay.
That also the First Lady, the governor's partner, I forget her first name, I'm sorry, Governor Baker's wife, helped promote it was a Bruins reading challenge for some of the smaller institutions that may not have had virtual program capacity.
Did they also notice that they had more than they thought they would? In the statistics, did it drop a lot from an in-person reading program? At
Yeah.
other, it did.
Statistics are down from in-person,
Yeah.
but in terms of like how many other people participated, I'm not sure. I haven't really asked other directors about that specifically.
Okay. I thought you might be able to tell from what other libraries' summer reading program was this year compared to other years or last year. But it's very interesting because how different it was,
Right.
and how different people handled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great job. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Anybody else have a question?
No.
Okay, great seeing all you. Can't wait till we have a meeting. Okay, so the next is the Friends of the Library report. Does anybody have that's Melanie. Okay, great.
So there really isn't much to report. However, the next meeting will be held on Monday, September 14th, coming up soon. And due to the COVID-19, a few individuals, let's believe our membership renewals, believe that the membership renewals for the Friends have been affected. There was a small decline, so they will be putting something on the Friends website to remind Friends members that they're still active and that they're still going strong, and they are going to be having their meetings. So they will be going forward with the Friends meetings and all of their wonderful activities that they do for the library and for the community.
Great. Great, that's really good. Okay, is there any other business?
Now, can I just ask Layla one question? Are there still people furloughed on your staff?
Yes. So workplace restrictions with COVID-19, we have to have completely different configuration in the sense that, Cindy, you're familiar with the circulation workroom.
Yes.
We have all of the staff in there at once. That would be way too many people, not 6 feet apart. And so we still have one part-time clerk is furloughed still at this time. And then we have a part-time clerk vacancy. So as of right now, we have as many staff brought back that we can to still meet those workplace safety restrictions.
And so some of them still working from home?
We
Or-
do, yes. So in addition to having some individuals are still furloughed, our children's staff are still all doing 1 day of work from home, because again, with that being a smaller department and smaller section of the library, we only have 2 people in at one time.
Gotcha.
So one individual can do work from home for some of those things.
So that's how you're handling the social distancing?
Yes.
Awesome, okay. And it seems like they've adapted to it phenomenally.
Yes.
Good job. Thank you for that.
Yes,
Sure.
thank you very much.
Okay. So the date of our next virtual meeting is Wednesday, September 16th at 6 p.m. or shortly thereafter due to technical difficulties. I guess unless anyone has anything else to say, I will take a motion to adjourn our meeting for tonight.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting unless somebody has something to say.
And I'll
Thank-
second that.
Thank you, Melanie. All right, everyone, get your notes on the pandemic policy to David, please.
Yep,
Sooner the better, or we'll forget.
yeah,
We'll see you all in September. Stay safe.
okay,
please,
yep,
everybody. Okay.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck. Good luck to you, Kim.
Thank you. I'll keep you guys
Yeah.
updated.
Hey, thank you.
Michael,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
You have to vote. You had a motion a second, but you didn't vote.
Right, we didn't vote to adjourn.
Oh, that's right. All right. So all in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye,
Aye.
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 All opposed? Silence is golden. We're done. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks.